So it's been a while since I caught, sometimes you see the little spray tan girl every day for like a week getting in and out of her car. She might be white. She's white and all like freckly and white, and her hair and her white skin are almost like from way across. We have big, giant, enormous yards that separate us. A big, enormous, broad thoroughfare. So she's a little thing over there, but yet she's so white and her hair's so red and radiantly red that it's like, I don't know, I don't even know if it's an animated version of the little spray tan girl, because she hadn't had a spray can. And she hasn't had the spray tan because as soon as she gets out of her car, a horsefly tries to bite her on her neck. She fights the horsefly off and she's running, she's swatting, she's racing. A cat likes to dart out. Every single day, the same thing happens. A cat darts out and tries to trip her. Sometimes you trip her. She spills into the stairs. She barks her chin. It's horrible. This girl pops back up. She keeps running. The horsefly bites her. If the little cat knocks the girl down, the horsefly rakes open her neck like a killer whale, siphoning out the blood like a vampire. This is what happens. She smashes. She beats on the door. She's ringing the bell. No one comes to the door. They're like, it's the little girl. We don't even care. She has the spray tan. We're watching her show. She could go to hell. She has to literally beat on the door. A few more horseflies, a few hornets come. This girl's being bombarded. She sinks down low. The insects start biting her. The cat comes over like it's going to swipe at her. She finally jumps up and swats them all away. She pounds on the door. She rings the bell. No one comes. She has to jump down. And it's such an enormous manor house. When she jumps off the enormous porch, she almost breaks her ankle. She has to walk a few steps behind a giant euonymus bush at the base of the foundation of this manor house. She has to climb up halfway up the manor house and jump over. She barely catches the bottom of the windowsill. She has to do like a pull-up, and she has to bat open the window. It's one of those windows. This is not even the cellar. The cellar goes down below the ground. This is like the first floor. I don't even know what they're keeping in here. I think it's like utility areas. They have a pool room down there, I think, and they have a big laundry area for the whole manor house, not just the little laundry we have in our chambers. This girl, she has to crawl into the manor house that way. This is the kind of things that this poor girl has to go through just to get inside the house. And I said to myself, why don't you get a spray tan? Just get a spray tan, be done with it. But I think what it is she wants to make sure that her largest organ, the skin, doesn't get a cancer. So she only does the spray tans when she absolutely feels she has to have a spray tan. And the rest of the time, she just battles. She just battles it out. So, there may be a few days you see what goes on. You really intimately know the little spray tan girl. And then there's a few times it might be a month, 2 months, you never see her. Like, what'd they do? Did they kill her? And she might come into town. She's radiant. Like, she's got the spray tan. She's glowing. You look at her across the way, the giant lawns and the thoroughfare and her lawn and her giant driveway. And we both have giant manor houses. Come on, we're both, we're an elitist neighborhood. I mean, they only let elitists, not even rich people. You have to be elite rich people. That's the kind. But they was old school. They inherited. The man passed it down, was an inheritor, because he's definitely not an elitist. He's barely functioning. But as I lay on the porch, I look over and I look at that when she comes home, she's got the tan. Let me tell you something. It's like she's in a Cinderella dress, and there's birds flying around real close to her, like little beautiful birds, not grackles or crows. I mean, little beautiful, like not even titmouse, but those kind of blue birds and the red-winged blackbirds. I mean, they might throw in a couple blue jays and a cardinal to spice it up. But I mean, I'm talking about the really, really nice, rare birds that are flying around this girl. And they sing songs. They hire, because sometimes you can't get enough naturally to come follow her when she has a spray tan. Usually you can get a lot of songbirds. Sometimes they'll hire a few songbirds to even sing, and and they get a couple of, what do you call them, those mockingbirds. They can sing anything you want them to sing. They hire a couple of them. But most of the times it's just the girl. She gets out of her car. She's got her spray. She looks like she's in a Cinderella dress. Birds are hovering around her singing. They don't poop on her. They poop off to the side. She's just like radiant. She's coming through. It looks like it's Charo or Cher or someone of that like, It's one of those Charlie's Angels, somebody really hot but elegant and classy. And she comes strolling through there. The raccoons, the opossums, everything comes out. Bats fly out of places you didn't even know they existed. here comes some bats in broad daylight. Because this spray tan girl, she's like whatever you would say, Snow White on steroids. All the animals are bounding around. They're so happy to be around her. It's just so exciting. They just love it. So, but in other words, when the little spray tan girl has her spray tan, it's as if, she's a shooting star and everyone is gazing upwards just to check her out. But when she doesn't have her spray tan, it's like you stumble in on a cat trying to bury its crap in its litter box. And, but that's okay.